By the way, I just want to say something. Shower scam. I love your content so much, and you'll always be my favorite YouTuber. Keep up the amazing work.
Alright everyone, well,
after literally like 5 to 6 months of build-up, I know it's been quite a long time that we've been talking about this.
it's finally time
For the PS4 giveaway. Right now, in this video, we are going to pick the winner of the PlayStation 4 that I am giving away.
It's been a long and arduous road.
Many of you have entered this contest via the website. In fact, we had over 1,200 entrants on thekingofhate.com, which is freaking awesome.
You're actually just a bunch of losers.
asks the following. He says,
Hey Phil, what's up? I have a question regarding shyness and anxiety. I've always been both shy and anxious basically my entire life. Therefore, it's really difficult for me to do anything, whether trying to get a job or even moving on with my life and various things.
What a fucking pussy.
Every time I go to a job interview, or I just think about starting to even go, I get to experience all kinds of strange feelings. Like, what if I were there and I say something stupid? Or I suddenly get paralyzed? What are they going to think about me? And when I actually get there, all those thoughts then materialize because I've been worrying about it so much. It's an arduous task to deal with those things on a daily basis.
This word is pronounced as arduous. Arduous.
Could you give me some advice on how to at least mitigate it? Thanks for reading, and congrats from Brazil. Love your vids, dude. Keep up the awesome work.
well,
Remember, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people.
Every day my mind is, gotta do this for the business, gotta do this, then this, then this, then this, then this.
that's how my mind is all day.
And then people say, oh, well, Phil, you'd get more done if you didn't have that relaxation time at night.
I need that.
You won't even have a job.
Because all day from the moment I wake up, it's boop, 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 boop.
And then finally at night, I give myself an hour or two to not think about that.
Just sit there with Leanna maybe and watch a little bit of TV or whatever. That's what I mean. That's our time together. We watch a TV show or two to unwind so we can go to sleep. I mean, it's ridiculous. We don't have any time to go out and even do anything together, to have any meaningful time.
And I'll be honest here, you know,
Especially now that she's working. And she has a part-time job. We see each other even less. A lot of the times, she's going to sleep.
early.
So I'm referring to the narcissist, and this video will be why you need to stay away from them. You see, the narcissist is a person that does not have your best interest at heart. They didn't in the past, they don't now, and they certainly won't in the future. And it took you coming out of that narcissistic relationship, or right now perhaps you're developing an exit plan to remove yourself.
So I'm staying up, especially because a lot of times I'm babysitting videos or, I'm still...
A lot of the times here I'm getting stuck in the office now.
I used to have a schedule where I'd be out of the office by 9:30. I'm getting stuck in here till 10:30, 11 o'clock at night now.
Every day. It's like this now.
Oh, but baby.
To the point where it's like there's no work-life balance.
We're not even seeing each other anymore. It's just a mess. It's stressful as shit. And the past couple of weeks people have been saying, Phil seems stressed out.
Why do you think? This is exactly why. Because there's...
Stuff going on behind the scenes with YouTube, stressing me out. And it's not just YouTube, there's a lot of other stuff going on as well.
that's pulling my attention away
from the fun stuff or being able to spend time with Leanna. Right now I'm trying to
sell this fucking condo in Connecticut, and it's driving me nuts because it's a big, long, arduous process. And
every day I'm getting pinged. Can you give me this data? Can you give me that data? This status update, that status update. I got people from the mortgage company contacting me. I got people from the real estate agent contacting me, and they're not jiving. They're not talking to each other properly.
They're treating me like the middleman, which is wrong because I'm the customer, and it's just a mind fuck, basically.
Or what are the symptoms of a brain tumor? Well, a tumor could actually grow in the brain and go relatively unnoticed for great periods of time.
So, during
that whole summer and early fall, I started looking into options and considering various things. I talked to various people. There were a couple different options that I could have taken. But basically, eventually, I sat down and I saw a lawyer and talked to the lawyer, and the lawyer said,
with your situation, there's really no way out besides declaring bankruptcy.
What a fucking loser. I'm gonna videotape this.
Like, there's no way.
How are you going to get out of not only owing all this debt that you have behind the scenes through credit cards and loans, but now you've got a home that you can't pay for and they're going to foreclose on you. Chances are they're going to sue you for the money that you owe.
You deserve everything you're going through.
And he's like, looking at your income is inconsistent but good.
Like, my income's always been good. The problem is the debts are getting worse because these are all revolving debts. These are credit card debts that are getting bigger and bigger every year because I can't pay them down. It's just getting worse and worse every moment.
So, basically,
What ended up happening was I saw a bankruptcy lawyer.
and
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, what?
You're fucked.
we went through a lot of information. A lot, you know,
It's been a very arduous process, to say the least.
okay, going through so much different stuff. And
During, it's hilarious. It really is. During my initial meetings,
with this bankruptcy lawyer, okay,
I basically explained the whole situation of how I got into the situation I'm in. You're like, how did you have this amount of income those years and all of a sudden your income went down because of this? And I explained, because trolls and all this. So I explained, I'm an internet personality. I have people who harass me on a daily basis and totally make shit up.
You're a moron.
And all of that. And they're like, wow, I can't imagine. Now, this is, a lawyer
who has no exposure,
to the whole internet lifestyle of when you're an internet personality.
complete outsider.
And just matter-of-factly explaining the facts of the situation, of what's going on with me in my daily life. This person is like speechless, flabbergasted. This is what you go through every day? I'm like, yeah. Like, every fucking day of my life, this is what I go through. My wife, gets attacked on a daily basis. Has nothing to do with any of this.
Okay.
We're talking about guilt by association. The question that we get is, am I guilty by being associated with other people who were involved in some illegal or criminal activity?
Guess what happened?
In December, guys. It was like clockwork. It was literally like clockwork.
Absolutely like clockwork.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop the clock.
Where
As soon as the bank formally filed for the foreclosure on me for this property in Connecticut, immediately the trolls find it and post it all over the internet.
right?
Got him! Got him!
It was like the day of.
It wasn't even like a delay. So these idiots literally sit there refresh, to find this information about me. It's insane. But they found it, okay? Now, I said to the bankruptcy attorney, do you think that I should disclose to my viewers that bankruptcy, that I'm going to be, trying to file for bankruptcy?
How to successfully beg for money.
And they said, well,
Basically, the way it works is it's an arduous process.
I needed to get all this information together. Obviously, I had to make a payment to the bankruptcy lawyer to do the work and for the filing and all of that to make it all happen.
and basically they said, it's at your own discretion, but this might be something that you want to
Be proactive about and nip in the butt publicly first.
Be the person to break it to everyone on the internet what's going on with you rather than just have it be another thing that's going to be sprung.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt! You make me sick, you big baby! Baby want a bottle? A big dirt bottle?
Was it weird? Absolutely.
But was it entertaining?
Yeah.
Kojima did an amazing job with the story of that game. I like that story a lot. That story
will resonate with me for a long time.
Who the fuck cares?
Because it was lengthy and drawn out, had all these mystery questions that were answered. By the end of the game, all the loose ends were tied up. You had characters, you didn't know who they were, then they get revealed. Oh my god, what a twist and all of that.
And in my opinion, the game's story was absolutely outstanding.
Oh, he's a Sony fanboy. He's a Sony pony. Didn't you know Darkside Philly's a shill for Sony?
I loved it. Every moment of it. And I was sad when the game would push me into a gameplay segment that felt like it was boring and drawn out. Now, the gameplay was made that way for a reason. The whole point of the game was a long journey and stuff like that, and the connections between people. It was meant to be like that.
The gameplay was purposely made to have segments that felt like they were long, arduous, and boring. But
the overall work of art, when you look at Death Stranding,
was entertaining.
To say the least. It was a really good game when you looked at it, when you got to the end of that story. Like, wow.
I toughed through the parts that were kind of arduous and tedious.
And maybe this game could have been a lot better if the gameplay was better. But man, it was a wild ride, and I'm happy I played it. At the end of the day, you feel like, wow, that was a great story, man. It was worth the trip.
So...
When I'm looking, and you ask me, Last of Us Part 2 or Death Stranding? I would replay Death Stranding in its entirety again. If I had a choice between the two games, I would replay Death Stranding
in its entirety again.
Before I would replay The Last of Us Part 2 in its entirety again.
Good for you! Thanks!
I would go through the arduous, tedious, annoying shit.
And maybe the second time around, try to learn how the stupid pulley system or whatever it was worked, which I ignored the first playthrough. I would maybe try to do things differently, and I would probably thoroughly enjoy the story a second time around.
I would not want to play The Last of Us Part 2 in its entirety ever again.
I just don't ever want to see those cutscenes one more fucking time. I would bear through the arduous tediousness of the gameplay of of Death Stranding again before I would watch that horrible writing and those terrible fucking plot of Last of Us Part 2 again.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
And then, you know, there's games that gamble, and sometimes the gamble pays off and sometimes it doesn't. I'll give you an example here that a lot of people are going to kind of cringe at. Death Stranding. I feel that Death Stranding took 2 gambles by becoming a game that took a
really crazy chance
on doing crazy gameplay that you've never done in any game before, but at the same time, made the game more about the arcing narrative and an overall narrative of the game rather than the gameplay. Kojima actually said the gameplay of the game is not meant to be entertaining.
He literally said that.
Sounds just like me. It's what everyone says about me.
He said the point of the gameplay is to push the story across.
The fact that everyone's separated, it's an arduous, long task.
To get these people connected again, that was the point of the game, like the plot of the game.
But the question is...
was that a fun game to play? And it really wasn't.
Like, the gameplay sucked shit.
Eat it! Give me your mailing address. I want to mail you a spoon.
Some people only come around when I'm playing games that they're particularly interested in, which a lot of the times are the hot new releases. They want to see Phil's reaction to the big AAA game that just came out and see what he thinks about it.
But there are none.
There are none, and because of that, it's been a relatively slow month when it comes to growth. I mean...
the month overall, support-wise, I have no complaints. Super chats, super stickers, and tips. Amazing.
You guys have been very supportive this month. I don't have a single complaint in regards to the amount of support I've gotten in the month of October.
My fellow Americans, I think we all know where this is going, so let's just skip to the end.
But memberships just completely stagnated. In fact, we went back. We were at 290 in September, and we went back to around 260.
Now, why did we lose 30? I'll tell you why.
Because those people are people who probably were here for big releases. There are no big releases in October, so they didn't renew their membership.
In September...
a lot of people became members, particularly because they wanted this Halloween event that's happening on Sunday to happen.
So they became a member exclusively for that reason, and then...
allowed it to expire when there really was nothing else going on this month.
Okay.
What I would like to say is thus, okay? Thank you to those of you who chill with me every day no matter what I'm playing. Thank you to those who are here for nice, relaxing vibes, but also to see me rage and try to make progress in games like Monkey Ball, which has been one of the most...
challenging and arduous games that I played in a long time.
I would say probably the only other game this year that challenged me as much as Monkey Ball was probably the Ghosts and Goblins game earlier this year. They're both pretty damn challenging.
Okay.